Expert reports for Kyrgyz asylum seekers, human rights issues and political repression in Kyrgyzstan. Hello colleagues, this video is for law firms representing asylum seekers from Kyrgyzstan. I'm Maxim Kritonov and I specialize in preparing expert reports for asylum applicants. In this video, I'll explain my approach to analyzing the situation in Kyrgyzstan, highlighting key issues with human rights violations and why expert reports are crucial in asylum cases. What is an expert report? As you likely know, an expert report is an independent analytical document for courts and migration authorities. Its purpose is to prove that the applicant faces genuine threats in their country and can't safely return. This report objectively supports the applicant's personal story. It analyzes country data and links overall situation to client's circumstances. The expert report confirms the country's context, including instability and conflicts. It cites international and local sources to substantiate the applicant's personal risks, strengthening the evidence base. It proves the applicant belongs to a persecuted group, citing sources like Amnesty International, UN, and others, formatted to OSCO standards. Among my experience and achievements, I'd like to highlight the following. In the past 2 years, I've prepared over 100 expert reports helping asylum seekers. I collaborate with 15 top law firms in the US, UK, and EU. In 2024, I won the Expert Witness Award for Best Immigration and Asylum Expert. All my reports meet Supreme Tribunal standards and Civil Procedure Code requirements. I respond to law firms within an hour and prepare reports within 1 week. Now, about human rights violations in Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan faces several systemic human rights issues. After power changes, there's often repression against political opponents and activists. Independent media and bloggers face arrest and threats for criticizing authorities. State structures, including courts, are often influenced by elites, limiting fair justice. Ethnic tensions sometimes lead to violence and discrimination, especially in the south. In some regions, LGBT folks face threats, attacks, and public stigma. Religious minorities deal with pressure and raids from law enforcement. Domestic violence is still a major issue. Victims often can't get proper protection. Protests are harshly shut down. Participants often end up arrested. In my report, I go into detail on all aspects, citing sources and drawing conclusions about my work on Kyrgyzstan reports. I typically prepare expert reports based on instructions from major law firms in the US, UK, and EU countries. The questions they ask me usually cover Kyrgyzstan's political climate, including opposition pressure, treatment of protesters and activists, and risks for LGBT and religious minorities. What's the situation with women's rights and access? Domestic violence protection, relocation options, safety for applicants, risks for journalists and bloggers, and threats to ethnic minorities, especially in southern regions. How do I create an expert report? Creating a report is meticulous work requiring careful attention at every stage. I usually start by examining all documents provided by the applicant. These may include personal statements, evidence of persecution, interview records, and rejection decisions. My job is to identify which facts and evidence need strengthening to best justify the applicant's risk. The next step is researching the situation in the country of origin. I use credible international and local sources to gather current info on the country, especially regarding security threats. It's crucial to show how the country's overall situation relates to the applicant's personal story. Then I prepare a justification based on the data, analyzing specific risks if the applicant returns home. My conclusions always cite verified sources to ensure the report is objective and reliable. Of course, I pay close attention to meeting all standards. All my reports are strictly regulated and adhere to the guidelines, as outlined in the Supreme Tribunal's Practice Guide on Expert Evidence. Each report includes a truth statement confirming data is from reliable sources and opinions are my professional judgments. All my reports meet set standards. I always verify fact accuracy and ensure my conclusions are correct. My fee doesn't depend on case outcomes, ensuring my work's objectivity. If needed, I'm ready to testify in court about the situation in the applicant's country of origin. How to order a report. For expert reports, contact me at info@thehumanrights.com. Reports can be paid via legal aid, making them free for eligible applicants. Flexible payment options are available for private requests. I work with applicants not just from Kyrgyzstan, but also from post-Soviet countries: Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Moldova, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, and Russia. An expert report is a key tool that can significantly impact the case outcome. It helps prove the threat's reality and boost the applicant's credibility with courts and immigration authorities. I'm glad to help you and your clients seek justice. Thanks for your attention. See you soon.